I just want all my LGBTQ plus neighbors in my district and throughout the country just to know, because of you, I believe our communities are better and more beautiful.
Being gay there is not just a sin, it's a crime. And in a lot of countries in the Middle East, it's punishable by death.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Benny. When somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Remember when AOC told us exactly what she thought about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict?
What people are starting to see, at least in the occupation of Palestine, is just an increasing crisis of humanitarian condition. And that to me is just where I tend to come from on this issue.
You use the term the occupation of Palestine. What did you mean by that?
I think what I meant is like the settlements that are increasing in some of these areas and places where Palestinians are experiencing difficulty in access to their housing and homes.
Do you think you can expand on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd also just, I am not the expert on geopolitics on this issue. You know, for me, I'm a firm believer in finding a two-state solution in this issue, and I'm happy to sit down with leaders on both of these. For me, I just look at things through a human rights lens. And
okay, so through a human rights lens. Okay, let's jump over here to the Amnesty International Human Rights Abuses page. Certainly, AOC supports Amnesty International, right? Let's go ahead and check in on the human rights abuses in Palestine, all right? And this is not to say that Israel is a perfect nation at all, but they have abuses by armed groups, freedom of expression, association, and assembly, arbitrary detention, torture, and ill treatment, enforcement of enforced disappearances, women's and girls' rights, LGBTI people's rights, right to truth, justice, and repatriation, and the death penalty. I mean, there were 29 women who were killed because they had disagreements with their husbands in Gaza. Okay, like if you in Gaza hold up a LGBTQ flag, a Pride Progress flag, that's the death penalty. Do you know this? LGBTQ plus not welcome here in Palestine. These are the people who AOC is defending, all right, and who the entire squad is defending, of course. Now, Rashida Tlaib and Cori Bush were blasted by fellow Democrats for their sickening calls for U.S. to cut off aid to Israel. They are, of course, defending the Palestinians, and they're saying they're doing so for human rights. But the weird part is that the Palestinians don't give an F about the human rights that the squad so desperately clings to. This is a photo of Rashida Tlaib's office on the Hill. You're allowed to fly flags and hang up posters outside your office, you know, like with your own discretion, right? So she puts up a Palestinian flag. This is normally a position and a pride flag. No American flag, not as far as I can see. So no American flag outside of her office, Palestinian flag, and a pride flag. No flag for America. My God, these people hate this country. By the way, do you know that these two flags hate each other? Do you know that? This is called a duality. This is called having lacking intellectual integrity and honesty. A duality is, of course, when you hold two competing ideas in your head at the same time, and you're able to effectively house both of them. Like, for instance, this flag would kill this flag. How do I know that? Because they literally say it. Here we go. Not only are there atrocious laws against LGBTQ in the West Bank and Gaza, the social attitudes are even a larger problem. According to Pew Research, 93% of the Palestinian population is completely exposed to homosexuality. It is one of the worst countries, named the worst country for LGBTQ travelers by Forbes. According to Palestinian law, being gay is punishable by 10 years in prison, and in Gaza is punishable by death. Hamas executed a senior commander by firing squad in Gaza for homosexual activity. Palestinians have no legal protections. Gay Palestinians have no legal protections against discrimination or forgiven for adopting, and gay marriage is not recognized in any capacity. A bunch of kids were beaten for holding up a rainbow flag in your precious Gaza. So, hey, squad members, have you ever had the person who hung this flag up? Have you ever had to answer for that? Have you ever had to answer for that? No, of course not. AOC is sitting here mewling about how much she loves human rights. and how that's the only thing that she cares about human rights. I just care about human rights. Come on. Anyone ever asked her about this? Anyone? These people are so in on the agenda. They're so they're so desperate to be part of the current thing. They don't understand that the current thing doesn't exist, meaning you cannot have these competing worldviews are going to collapse in on each other. They are mutually exclusive. BLM, a terrorist organization, posted this in support of Palestine. I stand with Palestine. This is the BLM chapter in Chicago. By the way, these are this is a cartoon of the paragliders they use to fly in and slaughter, kidnap, rape, and murder women. Remember, BLM is a progressive group, right? So they're actually making a meme in support of raping and pillaging women and using them as hostages. You know, there are 14 Americans killed. 14 Americans killed. BLM grassroots calls for Hamas-style decolonization of America. Uh-oh. Look at that. So, in case you're wondering who the fellow travelers are here, it is the people who love terrorism, and all of this is fake, and this is where their real allegiances are. Time to get smart. Remember this. Do you remember? Will you remember? Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Stanford University students hang bedsheets defending Hamas terror attacks. Right next to Trans Lives Matter, right? Yeah, got it. It just goes on and on and on. You know, Hamas has banned porn in the Gaza Strip. Now you could argue that that's actually a good thing. I don't know. I mean, would I be in favor of that here in America? I think that porn is an absolute cancer on young men, and that it gives cheap, synthetic, not real dopamine hits that destroy young men's and destroy cognitive capacity. But porn star Mia Khalifa, Lebanese born, who's quite a famous porn star, famous for performing pornography in a hijab, openly supports the Palestinians, the people who would have banned her profession, banned all of her videos, and done probably really bad things to her. Because, of course, again, you can go back over here to the Amnesty International Human Rights Watch with women and girls. 29 women were killed in the West Bank. Disagreements with their families and husbands, disappointing their fathers. I have a feeling that this wouldn't go over well. Just a hunch that this wouldn't go over well. Mia Khalifa was fired by Playboy for defending the people that would do atrocious things to her if they were able to get their hands on her. Okay, what do you think an imam would do to the woman who performed a threesome wearing this? I don't think it would be good for Mia Khalifa. I don't think it would be good. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, around, find out. Okay? You want to live in a duality? You want to live with no intellectual honesty and no intellectual capacity? Be my guest. That is what the modern day leftism is descending into. All right? Quite literally, in Mia Khalifa's case, around and find out. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe to end the absurd communism that these people represent. See ya.